Hey, we're
And
live.
we're live. Good
Woohoo!
evening, all. Mobile Geezer here. Our usual Friday night tech talk. We've got Will here, and yes,
We're
that's the name
live.
of his channel, Will. And
Yeah,
we've got
what's going
Mike
on?
for your device, and we've got Adam from
Hello.
Corpulent Geek. So you guys all say hello and say what you want about your channels. Will, you first.
Yeah, Will. Yeah, go ahead, Will.
I got about maybe 7 videos now. I think I got 22 followers.
You put like
I'm
seven
doing
up
all right.
today, didn't you?
You had 25
Yeah,
Wednesday.
yeah. I put a whole bunch of I put a whole bunch of live streams up there from the water park. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Mike?
So I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Device with George Mobile Geezer, and the super chat is live. By the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
How,
right.
how do you see? I can't see that from here.
I don't know. I'm just telling you. I just.
He's
Did you
just
turn it
assuming.
on, George? George, you turned it on, right?
You better have.
I don't know where to turn it on in a Hangout.
Oh my God, George.
Uh-oh. You did it last time.
Yeah,
You're
I did
killing
it
me.
last time, but I don't know how to do it today.
You know what? When I did my stream, it even told me like turn on super chat. I turned it on.
Well, I don't know where to turn it on here.
It's already on. I can in your chat. There's super chat. I can highlight.
Oh, you can see it. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it's working.
So I guess the fact that I did it last week, I guess it just stays on now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought you had to get permission for that, or like
Yeah,
like,
I see it. I see it.
Okay.
So, well, look, hey, I see Phone Tech at Work, My Project 13 in the room. Ronnie, I saw Six Lewis is here. Hey, my wife Pat's here
Oh,
in the room. I know mom was asking when we're starting, so mom would be popping in.
Okay, cool.
So,
And let's see if I can get it to where I can see the comments.
that's not important.
No, not at all.
I'm just kidding, of course, everyone.
Okay, now I can see. So, hi, Anthony. Hi, Alan. Hi, Rothy. Hi, Patricia. And Six Louise. He's always first. That man is quick, man.
Yeah, he's always the one waiting.
That's
At least
right.
we got a loyal fan.
there we go.
Nice.
And Rothy comes in pretty regularly now, so we appreciate that, Rothy. Okay, so Mike, you wanted to start with what happened to Paul Tech out in California, right?
Yeah, I was happening cruising through and I saw a tweet from Paul Tech. I'll read what he said. It's 2:18 a.m. and just arrived at a hotel after being ordered to evacuate from Redding, California. The fire is out of control and so many homes that have been lost. Just hope my home will still be there when my family and I return. Here are some pics from the fire. He posted some pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing sprouted up quick last night. I heard.
Yeah. So I remember seeing Paul Tech a few weeks ago or a month ago or so, talking about making a move, and so I'm going to assume he just got this new place, and I just want to put it out. I want to put it out there. Everybody, rally around my man Paul Tech. And
as soon as you said it, I said a prayer.
Yeah. With everybody, prayers and good thoughts. Hopefully his house survived, but yet though the most important thing, obviously, his family is
He's
safe.
all right. Yeah.
And they're at least they got a roof over their head for now. So. So yeah, I just that was kind of surprising. So I asked them to keep us updated.
Yeah, good.
So that's I haven't seen anything else or any other postings.
When did he put that on Twitter?
When did he 5:20 a.m.
Okay, because I didn't see anything. Of course, I work today, so I don't see. I miss a lot.
Yeah. I'm reading some 2 hours ago. He posted to somebody, Mateo Tech. He posted saying, "Thanks, bro. We are safe and doing good."
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. I'm seeing if there's any other 2 hours ago he posted saying thank you to somebody.
Cool.
So yeah, but he's okay. It was just it's just disheartening. You just finally got a place. I guess a new place. And, of course we we would be setting up our main cave. You know, what I mean, our studios at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the breaking news, as they say, breaking news.
Okay.
Well, what do we got going on, George? What's the order of the show? Because
if you want to talk about Joshua Vergara's new weekly thing about the diabetes.
Oh, you know, I mentioned to you guys before. You know, Joshua's Joshua Vergara. I don't know if anybody follows him. He's somebody. He was originally from Android Authority,
right?
And he left, and then basically, I guess he left to just start his own gig.
Right. Much like Mr. Mobile. And
exactly what comes to mind. Yes. Yeah. And he just revealed that he has type 2 diabetes, and he's making his videos kind of around you know, his diet, what he's doing to control it, what is he doing to fight it, you know, to take care of it.
Yeah. And he said he's going to be making a video every Friday. If you search on @type2foodie, @TYPE, the number 2 and FOODIE. I guess every Friday he's going to do another video pertaining to his diabetes.
Yeah, see, diabetes ain't no joke.
When you send me this stuff, I can't relate. You know, it's like my wife talks to me about doctor. I have nothing. I take nothing, so I can never relate to this stuff. So I'd rather.
Yeah, man, diabetes ain't no,
know what they're talking about.
Diabetes ain't no joke, man. Comes for your feet, comes for your toes.
Oh, yeah. I have my friend Tom who bought the V20. I can tell you the stories he's been through. He's lost a toe because of diabetes. So yeah. I just saw my Project 13. He put a comment in here. I don't know if you guys seen this. My oldest boy is serving in the Army, and he's out now, but serves in a guard now. He's in California for training right now, and may head over to the fires to Cali to help if they need so. Okay. So our thoughts with your son there, Anthony.
Pray that he stays protected and be proud of him.
Yes, most definitely. So
and thank him for his service.
Definitely. So yeah, that was some stuff I threw out there at the last minute, and that's pretty much it. You know.
Okay, now our big thing for us tonight is Mike. Explain to people what you did Wednesday night and what you sprung on Will.
Okay, I was wondering if you have a whole list of other stuff, so I didn't know where you wanted.
No, I want to. That's
the big news. They're getting stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
tell them about your weekly stream.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we do a weekly stream, and we had an opportunity. Actually, we had a rare opportunity because Will managed to get some time off. I mean, the man works like 7 days a week as it is. So we had an opportunity to get Will in studio too. Did we not?
We did.
Yes, we did.
Will, what do you think?
This is every Wednesday with Mike and Adam at 8:30 p.m. on Simply Your Device channel.
My channel.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I had Will over, and I've been cooking up something in my head.
What was that?
I don't know. Somebody's phone got a message.
Wasn't mine.
But anyway, I've been cooking up something, and I wanted to do an experiment with Will. And thanks to George, he mentioned on occasions in the last few streams or last time few contacts about the Essential phone and how he will.
I wouldn't buy it.
You wouldn't buy it, and you were like, you know, you can see he was teased by it. He was intrigued by it. You were also tempted probably at the.
Oh, and you should know, I ordered it day one.
Oh, for $800.
For $750, $700.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
And saw a bunch of videos that day and canceled it the next day, and they were gracious enough to go ahead and cancel.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, it's a multifaceted idea because I wanted Will gives different perspective on phones and their problems and their positives and their negatives. that's what Will and I always hit it off. We always feed on each other's energy on my take versus his take, and we always had interesting conversations. Didn't we have in the early days? Didn't we, Will?
We did.
Yeah, we were man. The hangouts were smoking some nights, you know.
Back at the Motorola days.
Yeah. So
Moto X.
So I had an opportunity to get the phone, and I figured between us and give George an opportunity to have Will's perspective, have George's perspective, have my perspective on it, and it isn't like, you know, we all got 3 different phones. It's all of us using the same device, having the same reaction, and combining, and somewhat though too, combining forces here to give a hopefully maybe a definitive answer. Is this phone worth it? And especially now with the phone being almost a year old.
I was surprised that Essential doesn't miss the trick, because when you posted that we were doing this, they were like, let us know how it comes out.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I think this is something though too in the community as a whole, not just phone people, maybe, you know, smaller YouTubers. This is a different level of collaboration. It's just not just shooting video and talking to each other and putting perspective. We're actually using the product. We're actually going to test out the product. We're all going to give our own perspective, and I think that's where it's, you know, this phone is one of those moments in you know, in the last year, what this phone has done to the industry to a point, because this is the one that started with the notch first off, right? This is the one that had the ceramic back. This is the one that was
tiny little notch.
Yes, but still, it had you know, it had the notch. It had the you know, the conversation started with that. So as I always end my videos saying, always start the conversations down below. And this is
there you go. You can see the notch.
There you go. That's the notch.
So not
nowhere near as big as most notches.
And I've been also wanting to get Will on T-Mobile, and I have some of my opinion on his experience, and I want to hear his perspective first before I give mine. So.
Yeah, and that's well. And one thing you should know for Rothy or maybe Carol, anybody else who doesn't know, Essential, this is their very first phone. They were a new company last year, and the reason we all jumped all over it because it was started by Andy Rubin, who's commonly known as the godfather of Android, because he was one of the ones who started. So that's the history of that. So we'll take it away.
All right. Well, the reason I was, George, because I was right with you, except I think my cart was $800. I had the white Essential phone with the camera in it, with the 360 cam. I was all loaded up and ready to go.
Right.
And then something told me, like, don't buy it yet. So I waited. Then I started seeing credit card problems, card getting stolen.
And that's why I was so grateful that they gave me my money back right away.
And then I think the reviews came out and said the camera was trash, and that killed it for me. Just like you.
Yeah.
I wanted it at first because, and this is what, as soon as I asked Mike, as soon as I felt the phone, I think my first words were, this feels like an iPhone 4. I think it was, this feels like an iPhone 4S. And
as soon as it came out.
The build of the phone is incredible. Wait till you feel the phone, George. The build of it. It's got the I guess this is aluminum or something, titanium, whatever they put on the side of it, the bands.
No, it's ceramic. It's ceramic.
No, the metal.
Oh, I think ceramic.
I think it's titanium. Yeah.
The
build of it. Yeah. Yeah, the build of the phone is amazing. You know, that's why I was buying it at first. Using it, what I had for 2 days, Mike, 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah.
The software is good. It's stock Android. I think it had. I think I had 8 apps or 10 apps. There was like nothing on it. It didn't have Hangouts. Doesn't come with Duo. Doesn't come with Allo. Comes with Google, Gmail, Drive. Like, it has next to nothing. A file manager, there's no bloat in the camera app, the calendar, you know.
Right.
The software has been great. I've got a ton of updates as soon as I started using it. For the most part, when I was here, the service was good with T-Mobile. I got my read receipts with Mike. I got Wi-Fi calling on T-Mobile. The visual voicemail popped right on.
Cool.
You know, you got the, like, for iPhone, it comes with the visual voicemail. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. The notch, it was bad when I opened it, and then it got an update. I don't know if it was just me, but when it was on, you know, you swipe up to get to your apps, and that screen was white at first.
Okay.
And the notch looked bad, like it stuck out bad. But then I got an update where with the red wallpaper, it was like the notch kind of faded away. So the notch didn't even bother me.
Okay.
The camera has been, it was good. Like y'all said, it's good if you're taking a picture outside. To me, it was good. I could get good pictures. I have a real nice one of the resort I was at.
Yeah,
The camera came out good.
Let me interrupt 1 second. My project, my project 13 said mine had screen bleed, screen not bright enough, speaker was weak.
Oh wait, I didn't get to the speaker.
Okay.
I didn't get to the speaker. The camera is good when you're taking pictures, to me, outside. Like it ain't a Pixel, it's not a Samsung, but you can get good pictures. And for if you got it for $250, you can't complain.
Right.
You know, it comes with a lot of memory and all that. They're updating it a lot. I love the monochrome, because you're actually seeing the black and white photo before you take it, and I do like that.
Really sharp. Really.
Yeah, I like that. I don't know. I think it has slow mo. I didn't try that yet. If it has it, but
Well, tell him my comment to the pictures the first 3 pictures.
Yeah, just like At first he asked me. I think you said, was this an essential phone?
Right.
And the ones I said yeah, and you said the ones that were inside looked like they were cloudy, and that's kind of how it is. But like I was telling Mike earlier, the pictures inside weren't as good either, like you said, with the artificial light. Plus, if it seems like, I guess it's lag, when you hit the button, the screen flashes like it took the picture.
Right.
So you think your picture's taken, but if you move a little bit, you'll see what picture really got took, because you'll see it'll blur. Sometimes I got pictures of in my pocket. You know what I mean? Like it's bad. Like I was like, you know, it was kind of disappointing. I did get some good shots, but a lot of them didn't turn out that good. They're blurry. When you zoom in, you see that there's like no detail. I think I posted that one at the machine. I don't know if you've seen it, George.
No,
With the little, it was like a machine. I did a side-by-side of the Pixel and this phone, and Mike could tell right away. Mike was like, this one was the Pixel, this one was, you can tell because of like the lack of detail and the color. I mean, the selfie camera's all right. I was going to do the stream with this phone, but I forgot. The speaker is terrible. The speaker, I played it for Mike with the volume all the way up. The speaker's bad.
Now it's bottom powering?
Yeah, it's only one. I had it about all the way up, and it wasn't loud at all to me. Then I turned it down like a little less than half, and Mike couldn't even hear it. And I had the speaker like on the mouthpiece of the phone. You know what I mean? The speaker is terrible to me. But the software is good. You know, it's stock Android, and the build is good. It's sad that they can't make another phone, but I mean, I already pretty much I got my verdict already. The camera wouldn't be good enough. I think I was telling Mike, like, for $800, I definitely would have been upset.
Exactly.
For $250, I guess you can't really complain that much, but I don't know, because I guess Motorola probably has comparable cameras in the Moto 6.
But that's the thing now. Moto, Nokia, and Xiaomi, they're making phones under $300 that can beat that in pictures.
Yeah. The fingerprint scanner, like I told Mike, I think at first it was getting me every time. Now I've been noticing where it's been missing.
Okay.
So, but I mean, for $250, I guess. But I'll work with it a couple more days. But the service has been good, except for when I went with T-Mobile. The service was good around here. When I got to the Poconos, which I guess is to be expected, kind of, I had a call with Mike. The service was bad. It was lousy. The thing switched on. I never seen this with AT&T. It was like,
did it drop the call?
It might as well have dropped the call. It was so terrible.
Okay.
But what it did, George, was it said, and I never seen this with AT&T. I didn't even know they still had roaming. It was like you're outside of your home network.
Okay. I've never seen that.
Roaming. It said you're outside of your home network and roaming has been turned off or something like that. Because I turned roaming off.
I have seen that. Yes.
And I didn't know what that even meant.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
It was like, I'm like, oh, that's still a thing, you know.
I was like, it was like you're outside of your home network and you turned off roaming. So I was like, let me turn it off because I don't even know, what that's all about. So I just turned it off. But other than that, the service has been good. The battery life was okay. I used it for GPS all the way there. I had it on, took it off the charger in the morning about 7:30. And used it all the way till a little before 10 on GPS. And I think.
Well, I want to ask you a real quick question. My Project 13 is talking about screen bleed. Do you have any of that going on?
Not that I noticed. Not that I noticed.
Okay. It's just the speaker. He talked about the speaker being weak.
The speaker's terrible. The speaker's terrible.
And he's also saying the camera's comparable to the Razr phone. Not bad, but it's workable, especially to average consumer. And that's one of the reasons why I never considered the Razr phone. But he loves his Razr phone.
Yeah, the speaker was bad. I mean, the camera. If I was gonna buy a phone that I was gonna be like, I just want to have this one and not have to, it's not like I want to throw the money away, but not have to baby it. And this would be the phone I get because I don't even know. To me, even their screen, like I was telling Mike. The screen even feels like it's a different kind of screen. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The screen feels more durable than an average, phone to me. I don't know what they did, but even the screen feels like it'll last longer to me. I mean, I guess a drop will kill it, but it doesn't feel like it'll scratch as easy or.
Yeah, which is great. The other thing that Anthony in my Project 13 is saying is that worried about bringing it back even at 250, especially.
Yeah, I see what he's saying.
But then he says too many other 2018 budget mid devices at that price point to pick up better cameras. But now I pre-ordered the Mi A2, which we should get in a few weeks, and somebody who has 1 million subscribers has already compared that with the S9 camera. And the One Plus camera, and boy, is it close between all three.
Yeah, see. Well, the Essential ain't up there that good. The Essential's not catching them. No, it's not happening. But I mean, I don't know. I think part of it's nostalgia for the build because I love the iPhone 4S, and this is what this reminds me of.
And everybody,
the size is good.
I remember Jay Will and everybody and his brother. The build they say is phenomenal.
Yeah, the build. Oh my God! Wait till you, man. They got the camera flush. It's a shame that they're not going to make another phone. It's a shame because they really could have, really came with it. But and if they would have came out with this phone at like 500 in the beginning or 450, it would have been, Now I think they sell it for $499. They should have came with the price lower.
And that's one thing I wanted to mention. This 250, this was a Prime Day, right, Mike?
Yeah, it was only on Prime, yeah.
So you're still talking a $500 phone, normal cost.
Yeah. They're nowhere near. Yeah, they're not even. They shouldn't have did that because the phone came out last year. What was that? The S8, the G6, there was no. We were just crazy because it was Andy Rubin. Yeah, and it was stock Android, and we heard, titanium build. We just had too much hope, but
and the ceramic. But and one thing I did want to ask, now, is it any more bare bones than the Essential, or is it, as far as stock Android, exactly the same? I mean, is it the same as a Pixel or not? As far as
it's more bare than the Pixel because I think
I thought.
I think the Pixel came with Aloe, and this phone comes with some nice wallpapers and nothing. There's nothing. We took it out the thing. I think there was, what did the icons go, what, 4 across, 5 across?
You showed it, yeah.
I'm just saying, I was blown away. Let's see. Like, I don't know if you get, like from here up, From here up, it was like that was it for apps. So talk about bare.
Yeah, there was nothing.
And some of the reviews that came out last year when the big guys got the phone is a lot of them said, "I love my stock Android, but this is a little bit too bare."
Yeah, yeah. For $800, you're not, and that's the thing. For the $800 price, you're not getting like nothing, and the camera's bad. There's nothing special about the phone. It's not waterproof. You don't have dual speakers.
And
you know what I mean? You're not getting
credit. As every single month went by, they kept sending updates, and everybody who had the phone was putting out videos saying, yes, the camera's better. Yes, the camera's better. So they were trying, continue. I guess they still are.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to improve it, but it's like, you can't. I was looking on like Twitter, seeing people who were like, they had screen problems. Some people were like, I bought 3 of them and the screens were bad. Really? I'm having trouble getting them to, there's been a lot of complaints.
I wish Big Dog was here. Man, he'd probably
Big Dog has nothing but
nothing but hate.
Yeah, there was a lot of complaints. The packaging and all is nice. George, when you get it, you've seen it in the unboxing, but the cable is nice. All that is great. It's just that the camera just didn't live up to $800. Didn't even live up to probably $250, like y'all were saying. Yeah. The build takes you back to an iPhone 4, man, or iPhone 5, I'll say. The build of it is great. Yeah. The build is nice, man. It's just
if I could sum up every comment I've seen about the Essential phone from Big Dog, who knows what he's talking about too.
Yeah.
The one word you always see is trash.
Yeah. He always comes with saying it's trash. And the thing is, they were too ambitious, man. They came with the 2 pogo pins in the back, and they were supposed to be doing all this fancy stuff. And none of that ever got off the ground, but
nothing came.
like none of that got off the ground, but the camera.
Right.
They should have just, for this price. That's why I sent a tweet. I was like, if y'all could put a phone out with water resistance, because I'm missing pictures in the border park. Yeah. That's why the second day I just put the phone down. I was like, I can't use it in there because if it gets wet, you know what I mean? There's no
You went out there on vacation today showing off with your phone in the pool.
Yeah. I had the Pixel. I was, man. But you're going to see, George, you might get better pictures than me though, because you're really into photography.
I'm
I just point and shoot.
But I'm like Anthony in my Project 13. I'm no professional photographer. I just do the best I can, and cameras are important to me. That's all.
Man, I got a lousy picture in low light of a flower. I think in my house I showed like it was terrible.
Okay. What's so
terrible?
Funny,
I don't know, just the way he said that. I got a lousy picture.
Yeah, man, that picture was awful.
Now Joseph from Forbes Tech, hey Joseph is in here now. He says, hey, for $250 Essential, it's a steal. Maybe so, Joseph, but if I saw the artificial light pictures so far that Will has taken, I'm not impressed. Now the outside pictures, I am impressed. But
that's the thing, George. If you're gonna pick up a phone, right, for $250 to get the build like this, because it's a solid phone.
Right.
It's like you'll just have to.
And they're on the heels of the updates, or they gave you.
The updates come real quick.
They
were like hours after Google. The beta,
right.
Yeah,
the beta, yeah.
It's just you just have to work harder to get a decent picture, but for $250, I mean,
Oh yeah, how long is that hesitation? George, is it like a second or what?
What?
It's when you take a picture.
It's long enough that it'll mess up your picture. I messed up a whole bunch of pictures, man. I thought I had the picture snapped.
Stay still.
And then I moved.
At least.
It's like it flashes and you think you got the picture. The screen flashes and you think the picture's there. And then when you look at it, you realize, no, it took the picture when I was moving the camera down to put it back in my pocket and it's blurry. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, for $250, if it was $250, I would have picked it up and not felt so bad. I wouldn't have been taking pictures with it, but I would have, because it's too many choices. But for $500, I wouldn't get it for $500 either.
Neither would I. Anthony, my Project 13 is saying Razer phone didn't have the strongest cameras. They're good for me, but everything else is dominant. Speakers, display, build performance. And I remember I was watching a video of his from the other day, and he's already looking for a second generation Razr phone, so he's happy.
Yeah. How much is the Razr phone?
Anthony, let us know how much the Razr phone.
I thought that price was astronomical for that one because it was
I thought it was like $750 or could be off. But keep in mind, this one essentially came out at $750.
Yeah, I know, but the Razr is what, gaming, right? I don't game that much.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll get a PlayStation 4.
Oh,
and a what's that thing called? Nintendo Switch.
Okay, yeah. Joseph from Forbes Tech Reviews, he said $699 when it first came out.
Yeah, no, that's too much for me. Just for a gaming phone, I can't do it.
Yeah, if you were a gamer, it's probably worth it, especially.
Yeah, but if I was a gamer, I'll have a TV and a if I game that much.
Yeah, but you were a real gamer, you'd have to have one that you can carry with you every time.
Not when Fortnite is coming out exclusive to the Note 9. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That nonsense. Come on.
I didn't even know that.
Samsung is really reaching, boy. They know that phone ain't selling. They know it's not going to sell.
It'll sell with Fortnite because you know how many people are hooked on Fortnite.
They're going to have an APK or something out for that so quick. Watch.
Yeah.
They're going to have something. This is Android. This is Android.
Ain't nobody have a hack on it, so.
Ain't nobody buying a Note for Fortnite.
Anthony is saying it's not just for gaming. And he capitalized. It's a powerhouse media device. Okay.
Well, it must be a powerhouse enough for him to sell his Axon 7.
Yes, it was. Yes,
so,
which he said he would never do, but he actually sold his Axon 7 and he kept it.
How are the updates on it? That's what I wonder.
Okay.
But Adam, real quick, that Axon 7 was a ZTE phone that came out, what is it, 2 years ago, guys?
2.5.
That phone had like the best speakers ever.
It was a great phone, and until the S9 came out, it had the best speakers of anybody.
It really kicked. You didn't even need speakers. You didn't need a Bluetooth speaker if you didn't have one.
I don't need a Bluetooth speaker with my ThinQ, my G7.
Yeah, that phone's loud too. Yeah, the G7. Yeah.
But the Axon 7 also had the quality of the speakers was very, very good, or is very, very good.
The G7 is good, George. Them speakers ain't no joke on it. Whatever they did with that inside of that, it's good.
Bro, and Six Luis is saying, what about the Asus ROG phone? Another gaming phone.
Yeah. I didn't even look at it. Really.
I didn't even look at it. I didn't. Again, how much is that phone going for?
That's what I was wondering. I don't remember.
We were talking about prices of the phones. Some of these prices of these phones are getting a little.
Somebody on Telegram was like, these companies is crazy thinking that they can keep putting out phones for $800 and $900 because there's too many like not steals, but it's too many bargain for budget phones that you can get for cheaper that are giving you just as good performance. So they're gonna have a hard time, but it might be good. We might end up winning though, because Samsung ain't sell the S9 that good. That's why they pushed up the Note. So the phones ain't selling like they did last year. They said the S9 is their worst selling S phone, I think, since 2012.
And part of that is because these budget phones and these mid-range phones keep getting better and better, even with the cameras now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at
the Moto 6 got dual cameras.
Yeah.
Portrait mode.
I'm looking at the Asus Zenfone at Best Buy. I mean, that's Zenfone when AR. I want the ROG. I'm trying to find the price of the ROG.
Hey, while you're looking for that, Will, do you have a nemesis? There's a new guy, Will H, in the room.
I see.
Yeah, Will H. I'm like, well, just joking, Will, because Will that's here just started his channel, and it's called Will.
Yeah, and Will H has been around for a while.
Yeah,
we follow him.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, funny you mention that, because at times when I send tweet, I think I sent him a tweet by accident once when I wanted to this Will, I sent it to that Will.
Yeah. Oh man.
We're finding out what the price of the ROG.
I'm trying to find it, and I'm not seeing it yet.
So what was the other thing? Phone Tech said he might have a special code to play it, according to him.
Oh, Fortnite?
For Fortnite, yeah. So that's going to be going around.
You know what? The company would be crazy because if if they see the sales of the S9, they know it's not going to sell as good as last year's model. They know they want to make money on that game. They better release that thing as quick as they can to everybody.
Exactly. And people are going to go just as nuts on Android as they did on
Samsung.
iOS.
Yeah, well, you know, they're going to be cheating on Android and everything. They're going to have mods and all kind of stuff, you know.
Well, Will H is doing essential phone videos right now, too.
Yeah, that's what's saying here.
Yeah, it's cool.
So we have two Wills doing essential phones.
Oh, man, yeah.
Except, see, he went all the way and got a 360 camera, too, Mike.
Yeah,
Mike missed the camera for $20. Mike, don't buy it for $50. $50, don't do it.
No, I'm not.
Don't do it. I heard the camera was. I heard the camera was lousy too. The 360 camera. I heard it wasn't no good.
Will, I know you can find one. You can find one in one of your bargain deals.
If I find one, George, if I find a camera for cheap, I'll ship it with the phone when I send it to you.
Okay, but I don't see knocking the camera because I've seen a bunch of their 360 videos and they don't look any worse than anybody else's 360 videos to me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't buy it for $50.
Alan will know because he did a bunch of 360 videos.
I'll just move my camera around like that and get the 360.
Now, man, Mike just has to tweet back at Essential, be like, "Hey, hook us up with a 360 camera."
Well, throw in some earbuds and the DAC connector. Yeah, right. You know, okay. So, well, I wanted to also. I said I wanted to make a quick comment. Now, what was a little disappointing? With Will's service, phone service, I never experienced such a lousy. Just cell service.
Oh yeah, he heard it. Yeah, Mike was on the phone.
And then eventually,
you mean the quality of sound?
Oh, not just sound, just completely. We just hung up.
It was bad, George.
Yeah, he had to call me on his other phone with his AT&T service, and we had a whole conversation the whole time, and the only problem he had was Wi-Fi calling. Didn't I have to get off the Wi-Fi?
Well, yeah, on the Central, I don't have Wi-Fi calling on AT&T on the Pixel.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Well, that was very surprising. I've never had any issue with T-Mobile.
Me neither.
That I can think of in my travels, but having that roaming like that, I really.
Yeah, I haven't seen roaming in so long. That's why I was scared. I was like, "What does roaming mean?" It's 2018. What's that?
Alan at Phone Tech is saying the Essential phone had problems with T-Mobile. Same issues with Android Stud and myself.
Well, here we go.
Good job, Mike.
You know, we should have done that. We should have. You know what? We should have done the SIMs while you're up there.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that.
Well, the service. Let me see. Right now, Mike, I gotta see, but it's doing it here too. I don't have no service now. I have 0 bars.
Oh, really?
And
you can't see it. Yeah, I have 0 bars right now.
You're not one of those scare of the CIA types. You don't have tinfoil on the walls, do you?
No.
All right.
No. Let me see.
Just making sure.
Let me see. Let me try. Where's Roman at? I'll turn Roman back on, but yeah, I have 0 bars. Roman's back on.
So at least we know we have at least.
It says allow data roaming. You may incur significant charges. I'll leave that off.
Now I got to get my shot in because I know there's at least 2 guys willing to use the Essential phone.
There we go, George.
Man.
I'm trying to make it working tonight.
So, Will, why don't you switch SIMs?
Switch this. All right, I'll switch it.
Yeah, just for giggles, you know. Just see what
he's not streaming off the other SIM, is he?
Nah, I'm not. Nah, I'm on just Wi-Fi now.
I guess we would have found out real quick.
On the other phone, I'm on just Wi-Fi. Yeah, so far, you know, for $250, it's a maybe.
Well, let's push on. Talk about your G7. How's your G7
my God,
doing?
The G7 is not doing.
No,
that battery life, man. I told you that battery life was not cutting it.
And wait, to give it.
Wait.
Give it to what?
Mobile Geezer. He wanted to try it.
I wanted to try it.
What?
Mike was like, nobody's complained about the battery life in none of the reviews. The same night we were doing the stream, I go on Twitter. Who was that, Mike?
Somebody big?
Nick
Ackerman. Nick Ackerman was like, this G7 battery is terrible. Okay. He posted his thing. It looked just like mine. He was doing just as bad as me.
And Adam is giving us a whole bunch of screenshots.
What screenshots? What ones like this? All right, this is yesterday. Hold on, I gotta do my weatherman stuff. This is yesterday. And as you'll see, like it started out at 89%, but it only had 31 minutes of screen usage, and that was that was at night when I went. And then here we go after a little bit more, just 47 minutes of screen usage, and I'm down to 67, and then 43, and only an hour and a half of usage. But
21 hours ago.
Yeah, 21 hours ago, and like 20 hours of it just sitting there, not doing nothing. And then I think this is the last one I had from last night. So screen usage only a little over 2 hours, but 21 hours overall. Oh no, here, one more. There we go. And then now this is today. Today I was able to use it a little bit more. Right. So we started out 100 there, and then 2 hours and 5 hours and 10 hours. And
wow.
So overall, it seems like it would easily last 24 hours, or am I missing something?
Yeah, but the main thing with me is that it's only that right there is less than 3 hours of screen usage. So this weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this test again. Here, you guys don't need to see those numbers all the time. I'm going to run these numbers again, and on the weekends, I'm on the phone all the time because at my job, I'm not allowed to have my phone at my desk. Not just me, everyone. I don't want you thinking that my boss came to me and
we
said
figured they singled you out.
No. It ain't like that. They didn't come to me and say, Adam, leave your phone in your car. Because they should have if we could, because it's ridiculous now. But yeah, so this weekend I'll do more tests and we'll see, because I'll bet you I'll have the same problem as Will if I'm pounding it and using it.
But listen, Adam, I wasn't.
My Project 13 says his battery life is good in caps on his G7.
But Adam, I wasn't even pounding it. Look, I had 6. I took the phone off the charger. It says 6 hours, 11 minutes of usage, right? 2 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time, and I was at 26%. 26%? It wouldn't even make it through work.
No,
I wouldn't make it 8 hours.
Terrible. But people should know, Will has a history with LG phones.
LG phones kill me.
I don't know why.
LG phones they don't like me at all.
I just have the V30 and the G6, and I've never had battery issues. Either way.
But when I saw Nick Ackerman say the battery was bad, I think somebody else said the battery was bad, like in his tweet too. I was like, all right, it ain't just me.
Right.
But at first, I swore it was me, but I didn't even have, I had my apps on there, but I hadn't used anything. I think I just used the camera. Let me see. YouTube. It was like 36 minutes of YouTube, the camera for 16 minutes, 2 hours of calls, Telegram for 13 minutes. Like, it wasn't 3 minutes of Messenger, 6 minutes of text messaging. I wasn't using, there was nothing crazy. It just,
you're starting to remind me of Erica Griffin. Because if anybody can find a problem with a phone that nobody has problems with.
Yeah, man, it was upsetting because I love the wide angle camera, but I can't do that battery. I can't do that battery, man. I can't.
So and here's the slap in the face too.
And it's not like the screen is super bright or
Serrano
it can be.
Serrano has a mid.
Yeah.
Serrano has a mid-tier Stylo 4, and he's getting phenomenal battery usage.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying he should get at least 4 hours SOT for that price.
Yeah.
His Stylo, I think he had like 20-something hours and like 4. I forget what he was. His battery life was crazy.
He did a great video.
Super bright.
That's with the boosted brightness. I still haven't tested that out outside yet.
Serrano did a great video where he walked around with it, and he kept updating the video all around New York City into the next day, and that battery was phenomenal.
Will H is leaving. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Will, for coming in.
I'm joining.
Yeah,
so, you know what? Okay, hold on. One more thing before you move on. He asked me if it could be connectivity issues. I thought that, and then I said, wait a minute. None of my other phones have that problem. Like even I said, maybe I got to settle into the battery. I did a video because the first 2 days I had the phone, the battery dropped. I was like, maybe I got to settle in. But then I was like, that don't even make sense because I never do that with no phone, and they all get, you know. Even the S9 doesn't have a great battery, but it was better than that. But then LG decreased the battery, George. Like I think what is it? They went from like 3,300 to 3,000. Oh, they're killing me. They gotta leave space for the what's that thing called? The boom sound or whatever that thing's called.
That sound chamber is pretty good.
And you are being fair, Will, because you're using all your phones the same, so it's not, you know.
Yeah. I don't game. I don't do none of, you know.
Yeah.
So Will, as you said earlier, what you do? You expedited what now?
Yeah, I expedited it back to B&H. So Mike, check it out. Check it out on there, Mike. It'll be like $585. You'll be able to pick it up for cheap.
And what you expedite in?
Oh, I went right back to the where's it at? To the OnePlus.
You had it.
Where is it? Oh, okay.
There it goes. It was charging. I was getting updates.
Oh man. See, I knew you'd go back to that.
All right, so I think for the people.
Oh, okay. He's saying maybe the G7 doesn't have good connectivity. I don't know. I didn't have time to I didn't figure it out, but
but Anthony,
Michael tested
problem with every LG phone he's had from the G6.
Yeah.
I tried two G6s, the unlocked and the AT&T.
I'm tempted. And then this one. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted to give you the V30 as just to
see the battery,
just to see what goes on. I'm curious. I'm really tempted.
Well, you saw firsthand, Mike. Not firsthand, but you saw me with the G6. I couldn't get through work, man. No, you saw it.
Yeah,
it's terrible. I even turned the screen brightness all the way down. I was trying everything, and that phone wasn't bright at all. The G7 was a brighter screen, but.
So I think for our viewers, we have kind of a split because some people. And some of our people in comments too have bad battery life and other people are not. So it seems to me it's about 50-50.
I don't know. When I saw what's his name's tweet, I was like, well, at least it ain't just me. Because Nick Ackerman was like, he showed his screenshot.
What do you say that Eric from Computer Solutions, Easy Computer?
Oh yeah, Easy Computer Solutions. Yeah, he was like the battery is trash.
Okay.
He was like the battery's no good, and he was like the camera's inconsistent. To me, the camera was good. I didn't like the selfie camera too much. I guess because I'm comparing it to the Pixel, but you know,
Easy Computer Solutions does very, very comprehensive testing.
Yeah, and he was like the G7 battery's not good, and then Big Dog was like, y'all know these phones come with chargers. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to be plugging it in and, you know, driving in my car. I got to take it off the plug. Then I'm walking in ShopRite. I got to have a battery pack. I'm not doing all that.
Hey, you get a charging pad. It's got that. Just slap it right on there.
In ShopRite?
In your car. Yeah,
I got plugs in the car, but I'm saying if the battery's dying like that, I'm gonna be plugging it in everywhere.
No.
The battery gotta last a little bit.
You know where my mind went, I guess because of the musician in me.
Oh boy.
If any of you remember years ago, ShopRite has the answer. You should have taken it to the manager's desk.
Whoa, super chat.
Oh, super chat. You're being way too nice, Will.
We gonna get George a 360 cam before this phone gets to him.
For days afterwards, when you and Alan and a few other people put some money in Super Chat, I'm like, okay, where's the money go? And then I look on Google, and a whole lot of people are asking where the money. Well, now I've learned how to read my reports, and I can see the money there, so I'm okay.
Forbes Tech, Joseph says
he said it's better than
G7 is better than an S9 Plus. Now you use the S9 Plus for your family trip, right?
No, I use the Pixel. The S9 Plus, my battery life isn't that great either.
A lot of people complain about the battery. Yeah, I think now I have the S9. I think the S9 battery is way better than the S9.
This whole stream's turning into the battery chat, but you know what? To me, the S9 Plus, it doesn't have an excuse, but you can say you got Bixby running and all that Samsung. You know what I mean? It was like, okay.
But everybody said the S9 had much better battery life than the Plus. And we've had the S9 and never had battery issues. And everybody that has the Plus complains about it.
My Plus does better than the G7. Okay. But I would think the G7 would still do better because it didn't have Bixby running in the background.
Well, that's what Joseph from Forbes Tech Reviews is saying. The G7 is better than his S9 Plus.
Yeah, he says his is better. Mine wasn't showing that. On the S9 Plus, I can get about 14 hours use, maybe 15, with like 5 hour screen on, close to 5 hours.
I'm curious, Joseph. Put in the comments who's your provider.
Oh, super chat, George.
Thank you, Alan.
Formally inviting George to Team 100. Do you see that?
Oh,
50th, nice. 50th live stream.
Big time.
On the 50th stream coming up. Yeah, that's going to be epic.
I guess I can join for a few minutes.
Nice.
They know that I go to bed much earlier than them.
You see that? He's saying, is anybody buying the Note 9 with the 4,000 milliamp battery and 512 storage? What's that gonna run?
Well, yeah, somebody
$1,200.
Subscriber said today that he saw some rumored price that was really outrageous, but he didn't tell me what it was. Anybody heard any prices for the Note 9?
Android Studru is reporting a $1,200 price tag possibly.
Oh, they're crazy.
Oh my God.
Samsung can keep. Oh wait, Adam, did you see the one in the Telegram?
Oh yeah,
that's LG. That's LG. I didn't even click the link. I don't even want to see what the phone has. I don't even want to know. I really don't. What did it say, Mike? What does the phone come with?
I didn't even go there. I didn't even go there myself.
I laughed.
Then Huawei came out with that Porsche phone. Wasn't that some ridiculous price?
That was like 2,000 or something like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but from LG already has to give away 2 phones, a TV, free internet. You know what I mean? They got to give you everything to get you to buy a regular priced phone.
Okay.
How much more for $1,700 now?
Yeah. Oh, and Forbes Tech Review said he's on T-Mobile. So I'm thinking maybe AT&T and LG.
$5,000.
Yeah, we're headed that way.
$5,000.
But now I'm worried about what the Pixel 3 is going to cost.
Oh, he said just playing it was $1,500.
Well, Adam, this is what I'm doing for the Pixel. I'm trading in either the Pixel 2 XL. Last year they had a good trade-in deal, so that's what I'm going to do. Just trade in the original Pixel.
I thought you were
get a couple dollars on.
Yeah. I thought you were complaining about how it looked. You said it was ugly.
I don't like the notch. It is ugly. It is ugly. Wait.
That doesn't look too ugly right there. That's the latest.
Where is it, Joe? Let me see.
This right here is the latest.
Oh, that's image. Not that bad then.
No, see, that doesn't
it doesn't look as deep as it did in the first render. It was really far down.
This one looks nice and sweet.
Yeah,
you'll never convince any of us that you're not getting the Pixel 3.
Come on.
If the camera's got,
it's going to find the deal. Remember that.
That's true.
Ooh, $1,000.
The Pixel, yeah, but that's not that bad because this one was $1,000. It was $949. If you got the top of the line, it was $949.
Here, let me tell everybody how Will's going to work. Well, I picked up the phone. I got a free TV and a free gift card. I sold the gift card on eBay. I sold the TV on Facebook.
That's
right. Always makes a deal.
That's right.
Okay? I already paid $500 for the phone. That's
how you got to do it.
Yeah.
That's how
everybody who watches this every week knows that you are already.
One time I even got a deal with a Best Buy card. I think I returned the thing and kept the card. Oh man, sold it. Oh man. Yeah.
So is there a good swapper market for the G7 right now?
No. They were like giving them away. I don't even know what they're going for now. Let me see. It's because T-Mobile had to buy one, get one. People were like, giving them away.
Seeing them having like sales like $600, $700 for.
You can get it from B&H unlocked for $629.
Yeah, see. Yes.
That's already 120 off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I'll go and look at the. Let's see. Somebody's got one for sale for $560, unlocked with extras.
That had to be with the BOGO deal.
Unlocked.
No, unlocked.
That's an unlocked one.
No, that's not T-Mobile.
Well, what about a Verizon one?
Oh wow, there's only one on there.
There's one, but there's one.
Hold up. No, that's wrong, ain't it? That phone has 6 gigs of RAM. I don't think so. Didn't it say 6 gigs of RAM on that listing?
Yeah,
go back.
Lies.
Adam, Verizon highest one 550. Wow, 550. They sold
510.
Yeah,
I'll sell it for $5, and then I'm halfway to my Pixel.
Dad, they got a mint. They got. Well, by the time the Pixel comes, you won't be able to sell it for $5.
Well, but I can sell it now.
Yeah, now you can.
And go back to my Pixel 1.
Yeah, your original one. Yeah.
And then I'll get the Verizon deal again. Because my mom's still on the plan, so I'll get that.
The Pixel. Yeah, to deal with the Pixel. Yeah.
That's right. That's your part of your plan to go. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
So as long as I keep on feeding my phone, I'll get mom. Make sure mom's always covered with a phone, and you can get your new Pixel that way.
You never know.
Another epic.
Verizon might offer you a trade-in. They might give you $200 for it.
No.
They'll show you how much you matter to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're gonna.
I know how much I matter.
Yeah.
As long as I keep paying my bill, I matter plenty.
My Project 13 says best way to get the Pixel 3 XL is trade your old Pixel or whatever device they'll take.
Which is what Bill said. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're winding up.
That's my plan. Is to trade in the old Pixel. Yeah. I'm sure they'll have a trade-in for the Pixel, for the S9, for the probably LG. Yeah, but they'll probably give you a little bit. Last year
in the world.
Last year they were giving like $450, I think, for the Pixel for the first one. If you had the top of the line storage, I think.
Yeah. Here's my picture, you guys. I lost you.
Is someone having a fight at someone's house? What's going on?
That's at Will's house, I think.
What?
Right there, Will? I don't know. I hear a lot of noise in the background.
Talking.
Oh, that's my son's iPad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. He's on the apple juice.
He's got to learn headphones, my man.
Yeah, I know, right? What else we got, George?
Well, real quick, what's the deal on the Pixel book? What's the latest on that? I meant to ask you.
It's working. It's working, but I'm scared because I've seen some people saying that Google told them either you wet it or something isn't seated right on. I forget. A couple people said they already made theirs.
So some particular issue they're having.
What happened was, George, the keyboard started blinking like crazy. I was turning it on the other day. Yeah, I was turning it on, and the keyboard just kept blinking. So I just left it for a while, and I turned it back on, and it worked. But I don't know. Some people were like they had to RMA it.
Issue?
Huh?
Other people are having the same issue.
Yeah. And it was all in July. Like a lot of people had the problem in July. I saw.
Everyone must be leaving their Chromebooks out in the rain, right?
Yeah. That's what Google's saying. The one guy, he was like, they told me either I wet it or it was a problem. I forget what he said. Something wasn't seated right on.
So are you using it regularly now or not?
Yeah, I'm still using it. Yeah, but I don't know if I'm gonna send it back to Google or because if you send it back to Google, it's longer than going back to Best Buy. So swapping it out. So.
All right.
I'm reading the article that you had in the link. The guy who drove through the damn front door.
Verizon.
There's a customer at Verizon got so pissed off, and I gather they were closed at the time. I think he got there at 9:00. They closed at 8. And now I got it up. And he was saying, "My damn phone's not working," and he's yelling at them. And then he gets in his car, backs up from the door, and drives right through the glass doors. 74-year-old guy. So don't piss me off next year. Remember,
if you look at the picture of him, he looks angry anyway. He just looks.
Yeah,
he looks like he'll be hurting. He can't. It was like it's painful for him to smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he looks like the kind of guy who'd take a shotgun to work. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dear.
Transfer is it? It was also ordered no contact with. Oh, okay. It was ordered no contact with the 6 employees that were inside the store.
Nobody got hurt.
No, but I guess they had a warning that this guy was going to do it.
Yeah, he got a $7,500 bail somehow for misdemeanor charges. I'd give him more than misdemeanor charges for that.
That's one tough Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah.
Everyone's wanting to take
made right here in Chattanooga. Of course, it's tough.
Yeah. What's that, Adam?
Everyone's wanting to take Verizon down a little bit, or any big corporation, right? So I mean, you can understand that's why it's just a misdemeanor.
I tend to admire big corporations, but I'm crazy.
Yeah, you sure do, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So George, what's this about the EU determine?
Oh yeah, and Will had put this story up, and I went back and read it. Let me go find it. There it is. Now, they got the $5 billion fine last week. Well, according to this story from Engadget, Google had offered to give in to the EU last August of 2017, and according to the article, Google was willing to make changes based on what the EU was asking for. And right here it says the EU wasn't having it. Officials reportedly said only that a settlement was no longer an option. So what does that tell you? We are going in your pocket no matter what. That's all it says to me. Yeah. And of course,
George, did you listen to the podcast?
Yes.
What did you think about what Jerry was saying? What did you think about what they said? Did you hear it, Mike?
No, I haven't had a chance to listen.
You got to hear it, because the guy who's from there, he was trying to give his reasoning about why he thought that Google did have a monopoly and why it wasn't fair. What did you think, George? Because you wrote about it. To me, I kind of understood some of what he said, like what he was saying.
I understand it to a degree, but I've been writing about the EU and Google for 2 years now, and I look at things differently. This whole business going all the way back to the 80s with AT&T, well, you've got a monopoly. Well, yeah, you have a monopoly because you were first and you earned it. What's wrong with that? I still say what's wrong with that. If you earned your way to being the only one, why should it be taken away from you? I don't understand that. I never will understand that.
The reason I guess, not that I don't understand it, but I don't agree with it, is because, all right, Google, the guy's whole reason, and I guess what they're saying is, since if you want a phone that's not an iPhone, well, that's not even an iPhone, if you want a phone that's under, let's say, if we're talking in dollars, an iPhone 10 is $1,000. I think an 8 Plus is probably 7 something, 8 something. Then under that is like $7. If you want a phone cheaper than, let's say, $700, you have to use Android.
Right.
But the reason you have to use Android is because they're the only ones who survived, that stayed, you know what I mean, that make phones under that price. Windows didn't make it. Right. So you're punishing Google for surviving.
You're punishing Google for Windows and not making it.
And you're not doing nothing to Apple when Apple is worse. Right. Apple restricts everything you can do on the phone. And you're saying, because this phone is for the upper class, we're not going to deal with them. It's like they're saying Apple doesn't make phones. Okay. It's like they're saying they don't have software on there. That don't make sense.
Product. But
yeah, because they're saying because you have to have money to buy it.
In Europe, Apple sells 10% of the phones. Android sells 90% of all the phones. How much money does Apple have in Europe to give us? How much money does Google have? Oh, the heck with Apple. Let's go after Google. That's all that says to me.
That's true. Yeah.
And I think that's how it is. I mean, remember, you're dealing with politicians here. Politicians are the same the world over.
Yeah.
They don't change. They want their pockets lined no matter what.
That whole thing is messed up. That's messed up.
I agree.
To make them pay for that is so stupid.
It's only going to continue, and they paid $2.something billion last year to the EU, and I guarantee you they'll be paying them again because this is the price of doing business in Europe for Google and anybody else who becomes that successful.
Yeah, but that's just, I don't know. Like, are the consumers complaining?
I think they did have a few. Going back to one of my stories here, there were a few people complaining.
Complaining for what, though? I don't even understand.
Mostly companies that were trying to compete with Google.
Because Google is allowing you to switch it. It's not like you have something on your phone and you can't change it. Like they're forcing the Play Store on your phone if you want to have Google services, but you don't have to only get your apps from the Play Store. But when you go into settings and flick that switch that says allow unknown sources, if you mess up your phone, that's on you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're guaranteeing that if you get your stuff from the Play Store, your experience is going to be at this level. If you go outside of the Play Store, you're on your own.
Yeah, they did.
Apple does the same thing, except Apple, if you go and jailbreak your phone and then go to the Apple Store and you show up with Cydia, a Cydia icon on your phone, Apple's not fixing your phone.
Yeah.
Google, at least, you know what I mean? They're not like, I don't know. That's crazy. That whole thing is
Mike,
crazy.
Adam, where do you stand?
I think it's a retroactive corporate tax.
Yes,
they
didn't
realize.
Well, Will and I think it's wrong. Do you think it's right or wrong?
It's not great. I don't think it's as wrong as what you're saying.
Why not though?
Because, all right, why not? I need to form a coherent sentence here.
Give us the serious side of Adam and go for
it. There's not much to the serious side of Adam. Let me tell you.
He'll be serious, then he'll be telling a joke.
The serious side of Adam is razor thin, unlike every other side of Adam. See? No.
Oh man.
So all right, hold on. I am not very well informed on this one. Exactly. Okay, look. What was the EU saying?
I'll give you the quick version because George knows all the details. All right. What happened is Google forces phone makers to put let's say Google services on the phone, right? If you want to sell a phone with Android on it that's not Bear, you have to have Gmail, you have to have the Google Play Store. You have to have certain things before it'll give you the Play Store. Right. If you want to have a phone that doesn't have those things on it, you can't have the Play Store on your phone. Like when Mike had the Fire phone, it's like you messed with Android, so we're not going to give you the Play Store. The EU is saying by doing that, they have a monopoly and it's not fair.
Creating an unfair advantage.
Because the only company that makes phones that are under a certain price that everybody could afford to buy a phone is Google. The rich people are the only ones who can afford Apple. So they're not touching Apple, even though Apple, you can't change your default apps. Right. You can't, you know what I mean? You have no say in your default browser. Right. Google allows you to change all that stuff and you can still go outside of the Play Store. Right. But they're getting fined.
All right,
it doesn't make sense.
All right, two questions. One, did they specifically say in the fine that it was because not rich people buy the Android phones?
No.
Or
when Google brought back and said to them, Apple is a competitor, they said Apple is a niche product. So they just wrote it off. It didn't count.
All right. And shit, I forgot my second one.
Well, I would just want to also, you're talking about what the phone carried, Will. I thought the Essential phone really carried the bare bones, the bare bones.
But it still has
the Play Store.
It still has Gmail. It still has the Google apps. You have to have the Google app. Like that Fire phone didn't come with the Google app, so they can't use the Play Store.
Right.
So Google's forcing you to have their apps on it to be able to use the Play Store, and the EU is saying by doing that it's not fair,
even though
they're having a monopoly because by every phone having Google services on it, they're saying that everybody's just going to use Google, and the smaller search companies or whoever won't be able to get a foothold because everybody's just going to use Google. Right. Even though if you want to use one of those, you can download it or sideload it or whatever and change it. You can go outside of the Play Store and download Yahoo Search or whatever you want and make it your default and make a new home launcher and all that.
Does Google own Android?
Yes.
Yes.
Did they develop it or did they buy it?
They bought it originally. Back in 2008, I guess.
All right, that's
but Adam, they're giving it. You're allowed to write for Android for free. They're not charging the people to use Android, but they're saying if you use Android and you're, let's say, Samsung, if you want to use Android, you have to put these apps on it, and you have to put the Play Store.
And it's only Gmail and something.
It's else. Gmail. It's Google Search. Gmail, Google Search.
I think that's it. Those two are the two basic ones.
I think those are the only ones that have to. Yeah, I think there's only a couple that you have to have.
Right. All right. Well, then it's like kind of like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Either they force them to have these couple apps on there that they know people are lazy and they'll just go with whatever's on the phone, or they charge people or the manufacturer to use Android.
But that's what Google said. Google said, if we start charging, but this is what Google didn't say it, but if they start charging, let's say Google says, all right, we got to charge for Android now. If Samsung has to pay, they're going to raise the price of the phones.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's going to be passed on to all of us.
But wait, Adam, do you think that's fair that they're even doing that? Because Apple's not even being touched. That the EU is saying that that's a monopoly.
I think they should probably also be touching Apple if they're doing that. But yeah, I am now more on the side of that it's wrong what the EU did.
Thank you.
It don't make sense.
Now that I've been informed,
it's basically saying because
gotten a definitive opinion.
Just like George said, because you were successful, you gotta suffer because y'all survived.
They believe in punishing success. I guarantee it.
Well, but see, part of the thing though is I do agree that they do always punish success to an extent, but if this is a way that Google didn't have to pay taxes on something, getting them to just add the apps in there for free. And then that got them revenue that way by them using that. Whereas if they had to charge for Android, that's something that the EU can put a tax on. That's a way for them to get their money.
And you're going back to my original point. This is always about politicians. Always.
Well, yeah, but I mean everything is because we let it be. We let it get to this point.
Well, but you can't. To me, you can't say we let it be because the only way you can not let it be is to have another revolution, and I don't want to have another revolution.
Look in the comments, George. Because you can talk about
Don was saying something in there and I didn't get to read it because I was trying to listen and
he's talking about NATO and
Don is saying EU is taking the chance to get even with the US for tariffs and NATO extensions. Hey, but I came out today, it seems like the president was kind of right because everybody's going to drop their tariffs. And I think his point was if I threaten you with enough tariffs, you'll drop yours, I'll drop mine. Nobody has tariffs. And the EU is giving in on that now. And China's getting ready to give in on that now.
China's not going to give in.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Because they still sell too much stuff to here, and everything comes here from them. So I think we're working towards a place where nobody's going to have tariffs. And that's what we all want, I would think.
You know? My opinion is that I'm not fully versed like you are, George, on this, but I will admit though I have to go back to the Microsoft when they went with. So now it's like the new person in the box.
Exactly, because it started with Microsoft. That's true. That's true. And Google has a lot more money than Microsoft these days.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm in the box. We talked about on my show on Wednesday about they still made a profit after getting their hands slapped from them. So
that's true. That's true. And Google's still going to make a profit. I mean, $5 billion to Google is like what, $100 to you and me?
Man, they have $14 billion in cash.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom that. I look at my studio. I'm like,
I could.
It'll be filled. You couldn't.
I could fathom it simply because, and I'm a capitalist. I admire people who do it through hard work and get rich. Heck, I don't agree with Jeff Bezos about everything, but I admire the heck out of him.
Yeah.
I don't agree with Mark Cuban about everything, but I admire the heck out of him too.
Speaking about companies that got filthy rich, and this wasn't mentioned in anything, but did you guys see how much money Facebook and Twitter lost? The last couple
I heard they went down.
That Mark Zuckerberg lost $17 million in that one day, personally.
What brought that on? I was doing.
Oh, all right. Hold on. I got a thing somewhere. Someone chat reasonably.
I got a thing somewhere.
I got a thing somewhere. I talked a little bit about it. Hold on. All right. So Facebook went down because you have these analysts that they set specific goals for these sites to have active users and how much revenue.
The one-day market thing, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. They missed these projections. They being Facebook missed the projections, meaning came in under. Right. And so all that Facebook did in this last quarter, last quarter, was their revenue was up just slightly over 40%. Right. So their revenue went up by almost half. Right. And their active user base grew by just a little bit more than 20 million. Right. So they grew by 20 million, and that wasn't good enough for these people.
Exactly.
So they lose $120 billion of stock price.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had this discussion with my wife just yesterday. I am a capitalist, and anybody who knows me that I'm a capitalist. But when you tell me we've made 40, I'm just using a figure. We've made 40 million in profit this quarter. And the board says, yeah, but we made 50 million in profit last quarter. We're losing money. To me, that says, when is enough enough?
That right there is the problem.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm not that
never enough. Yeah.
There's an old Steven Seagal movie where Michael Caine is the bad guy, and Steven Seagal says to him, "When is enough enough?" And the same part that Michael Caine in Now You See Me, same thing. He just, no matter how rich he was, it was never enough. Well, that's where you go too far with the corporate stuff, to me.
Yeah, the super rich are super rich, and they shouldn't be that. You should not have a literal gold umbrella stand in your home, like an umbrella stand.
But see, now I don't have a problem with how much money LeBron James makes, because he's made his money honestly. But if you're telling me I made 50 million today and I only make 40 million tomorrow and I've lost money, I'm not going to feel sorry for him. I'm sorry, that ain't happening.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with LeBron James end of making the money. I just have a problem that there's so much money in sports.
I don't
know. Nah, but Adam, wait, Adam.
It's the American people that
Adam
this up.
Yeah, Adam. That's you know what? Somebody told me that. I said the same thing, but they said people pay to see it. I don't care how much money they make. My problem is they make that much money to play a game. Meanwhile, the firefighters in California saving people's lives, and they want you to volunteer.
And this is
that's what I don't like.
The owner,
they want
or the
EMTs
or the players. This is the fault of our society saying this is more important.
That's what they value.
Military and policemen.
I'd rather be entertained.
And teachers,
nurses. Everybody goes to work. Doctors and got to pay all this money for malpractice, and nurses get sued and all. You know, and
people want to pay
next to nothing.
people want to pay $100 for a replica jersey, but don't want to pay $50 in taxes on something
or at the doctor's office.
That'll help.
Or don't want to pay the doctor. Yeah, or don't want to pay for health insurance.
Yeah, I mean, well, the health insurance thing is a crock anyway. I'm willing to pay the doctor that comes and sees me and looks at my leg when it's broken. Right. But just how much money just gets siphoned out there. As soon as we started letting medical field be for profit, we were screwed.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike's laughing because we have derailed the show off of tech. Sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to.
Topics
all right. What else we got? What else do we got, Mike? Come on.
It's good.
Mike, bring it back in. Bring it back in.
That felt organic. I didn't even feel like I purposefully derailed it.
That's fine.
The only other thing I had on
here we go.
Show notes was Best Buy's Black Friday. Okay.
That's not for months, George. What are you talking about?
Best Buy's Black Friday in July is today and tomorrow.
Yeah, where was that now? I had that.
Oh, so we're missing deals right now?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Well, here.
Well, I don't know about
the headline on CNET says Best Buy's Black Friday in July 2018 sale is a little underwhelming. As usual, many of the best deals are on Apple products.
Yeah, well, look at that Apple Watch. I'll get 2.
Here you go. so their point basically is, they're having their Black Friday in July, but it's nowhere near as good as Best Buy's Black Friday in
Black Friday
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, we shouldn't have Black Friday in July. We shouldn't consume that much. But
we should all run to Best Buy sometime tomorrow before 3 p.m. Central Time. Because
what do they got, George? What's for sale?
A lot of headphones.
They got bottled water by the front door for $4.50.
So I thought I still had. Oh, here it is. The first part has that one. Then you go to tablets and laptops. 125 of all Apple iPad Pro. Off. It should say 125 off. Then there's a bunch of Lenovo Yoga tablets and laptops.
Microsoft Surface Pro for i5.
The Surface Pro deal didn't look bad to me.
Ooh.
So they're saying, okay, you're giving deals, but you're not giving great deals.
No. It's kind of blah, as I call it. I put it in there. I just saw a thing in Twitter of Daily Steel's got the S7 active for how much is it? $230.
That's pretty good.
And your choice of colors.
Do you know who loves that phone every single year? Is Jaime Rivera from Pocket Now.
Does he like that one, or I thought it was Juan Bagnell? I thought he liked that.
No. Jaime Rivera loves that active phone every single year. I think it's his favorite Samsung phone every year. I've never had one, but I gather it's as rugged as anything you'll ever buy.
Is anyone going to get one of those Lenovo smart displays?
Not me.
That hook up with the Google Assistant?
Or
it's supposed
Alexa
to be just like,
too.
Huh?
It's supposed to work with Alexa too. It's supposed to work with all of them.
Really?
Yeah, I thought I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't catch that because I thought Alexa has their own. I mean, Amazon has their own.
They got their own. This one's just
no. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm thinking of something else.
Hold on. I'm going to bask in this moment.
You're talking about the Lenovo one, right?
Yeah.
Adam's going to bask.
That does look nice for $250.
Yeah,
looks
but
nice.
That's a big price. That's got to come down, right?
Eventually, yeah. But you know what? If they should come out with it for $200. It'd be better.
Yeah, but I would love one of them.
Yeah, being able to video chat, look at your recipes, watch YouTube.
Yeah,
especially if they add like Netflix support and all that.
Hell yeah.
Now, to me, the Microsoft Surface Pro with the Intel i5 at 800, that's not bad. It says 360 off. That seems like a pretty good price to me for a Surface Pro. Not that I'm going to go buy one, but if anybody wants to buy me one, you feel free.
George, what happened with your doorbell?
I think it's incompatible, and we're returning it tomorrow. My Ring video doorbell is back up.
Incompatible with what?
The way my system is wired. They tell you to test it in the beginning, and they give you this test that I could not figure out. But I've tried every possible way you can hook it up, and I've followed the directions to the T, even the video, and it won't work. And as soon as I put my Ring back on, it works fine.
Did you have to route it through OBS?
No. Sorry. But the difference between the Google Hello and Rings is the Google Hello, you have to put the doorbell on, and you have to wire it into your doorbell ringer inside. Hey. Whereas Ring video doorbell, you don't have to do that. You just hook it outside and you're done.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Anyway, so I think it's incompatible. So and you know, once you can't get it to work, they tell you, well, call the Pro. Well, the Pro is $99, so I'd rather just take it back.
Yeah. What if you call? Did you try calling Google? Or
no, they're telling you that the way they have it laid out. If you haven't called the Pro, I don't think they're going to talk to you. That's my impression. Because you're supposed to call the Pro, and they're going to say it's only $99. Well, I've already paid money for this.
See, George, I'd call them anyway, and they'd tell me how to fix it right over the phone.
Well, not if your wiring is because they're saying there's one type of wiring that's not compatible with it, whereas with Ring, it doesn't seem to be any wiring that's not compatible.
So, what are you going to get, George? Where you going? You going to go get another Ring or?
No, I put my Ring back on. The only reason I was replacing it because the Ring battery is not removable, and it starts. We've had it over 2 years. Well, now it seems like I have to charge it almost every other week. So I have to take it off. It's real easy to take off.
Do they have video built in?
Yes.
Get a bolt.
As a matter of fact, I was watching my wife outside watering the grass, and I could hear the dog breathing through the Ring video doorbell. I was sitting down here.
What?
I could hear the dog going.
Oh, the dog. I thought you said the door. And I was so
confused. The door. I'm like going.
But the dog was out by the fence. I mean, by the railing, facing the other way. But I could hear her breathe. So it's pretty good.
Wow.
Nexus 6P on Amazon for $150. Don pointed out.
Okay. I'll go wrong with that.
Here.
We got
here. Use this one.
Oh.
We all thought you were talking to us.
Yeah.
My son was popcorn. Driving me crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Now it's making me want popcorn. Okay. So are we about done?
I sent you a picture, Mike. You see it?
No. Oh, yeah. You sent a picture of the flower.
Yeah, you see how good that looks?
Yeah, what was that?
Oh, is this the terrible picture of the flower?
No, that's not the ugly one. That's with the One Plus.
All right.
Oh, okay.
One Plus has got a good camera.
Where is it? Let me see.
Where
is it? We're in a video chat.
Yeah, this is very entertaining.
It's in one of the things, Mike. You got to keep looking. You got like 5 names in there.
I know.
He sure does.
Yeah, I got a bunch of links and stuff all open, but yeah.
Now, Adam, you said Best Buy is just trying to get you to remember they are around, and Don agreed with you.
Yeah, because it's just like when IHOP changed their name to IHOB.
Oh, just to get the publicity.
Yeah, just some publicity and be like, hey, look, we're still around.
Okay,
hey, come shopping.
By that. Yeah, well, I guess because of Amazon Prime being such a big deal, they're like, well, we're here too.
Yeah. I just saw an article saying that it was like Best Buy should be dead, but they're like doing good.
Yeah, because there's still people like me that are jackasses and need the instant gratification, and it's right there. Yeah.
And there's still people like me that'll go buy Google Hello, even though I'm returning it, but I still go there.
Yeah.
But I think as far as Prime Day went, it's coming down between who's going to end up the 2 heavy hitters. The best other sales besides Amazon was Walmart. And that's who's going to run everything when it's done. Those 2.
Uh-oh.
So that war has already started.
Well, it didn't go too good for Amazon this year because they kept jacking up their site.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, from what I read in the beginning, yes, but then I gather they got it straightened out and they sold stuff. That's what I read. You know, yeah. The only thing I bought was the Chromecast, the 2nd gen Chromecast, and a vacuum cleaner, which my wife is very happy with, so I'm happy. So
everybody was buying that 250 essential phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife was upset the Instant Pot 8-liter or 8-quart one wasn't on sale. She was all sad.
I never heard of it, but I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm good at eating. I don't cook, period.
Well, it's old-fashioned. It's an old-fashioned pressure cooker.
But, okay.
But with the newfanguledness.
The newfanguledness. I like that.
Yeah, lots of extra stuff on there, so it hopefully won't blow up on you.
Thank you.
I
appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good.
So it's not the Samsung method. Okay.
That was cool. Nice.
That was cool.
Oh, that is a terrible picture, Will.
Yeah, this
man.
This picture is from the Essential.
Yeah.
That is really pathetic.
Yeah, but you know what? Now
and of course it's low light for you folks not seeing this. This is a low light picture of some flowers on a table, and it's really bad. Really,
it might be it might be that the lag with the camera. Maybe I moved.
Okay.
And it blurred it. Yeah, because that was the first night. I didn't know it did that. Took me
that's going to bother me the most is that I'm going to have to snap and not move for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, maybe it's me.
And then how do you know when it finally kicks in?
No, you can't be as shaky as a 73-year-old man. Come on now.
No, I'm not, George. I'm not even shaking. It's like you take the picture and the screen flashes, and you think you got the picture.
Yeah.
And I guess you don't have it because when you move,
the shutter didn't close all the way.
They should have built into the camera little voices that fooled you, sucker.
Hey.
I found that
there
picture of the flower. I just found this one. You just talked about and it looks great to me.
Go ahead, Adam, talk so we can see that picture.
Here's the crappy picture for everyone to see.
There we go.
That's not a good picture.
That's bad.
That is not a good picture. That oof.
Not at all.
Well, was it nighttime maybe? And
it was low light. It was low light.
But I mean, like nighttime with no light at all. Like, is this infrared maybe?
No. No, but even my cheap, crappy cameras take a better low light picture than that.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the pictures that the first digital camera I ever had. You had to put the 3.5-inch floppy disks into it.
Yeah,
like a Polaroid camera. I love that thing, man. That was great. I was like, this is the best.
And we thought we were high tech.
Yeah. This can hold 5 pictures on it.
That's right.
Yeah. And you had to stand steady. You had to be steady for it.
You had to be steady. You had to have super bright lights shining everywhere. It was terrible.
Oh
well. So, all right, we bringing this in for augering in for a landing.
I think, Mike, we don't have the fancy closing like Simply Your Device
Mike,
because of Adam.
You would love you would love this phone, Mike, because you're into changing the icon pack.
Yeah,
and you can do it straight out the box.
The Essential?
No, on the OnePlus.
Oh, okay.
You would love it because you can change the icon pack straight. You don't got to change the launcher or nothing.
Oh, cool.
I don't do all.
I got comments here in a language I have no idea.
I don't know, Mike. Maybe a couple weeks.
Anybody else saying a comment?
Yeah, the last one I can't pronounce his name. I got a yo.
Yeah, I got a yo.
Okay.
So, well, welcome to the stream.
Yes, we're glad you stopped by.
Oh, Mike, you want to recap what we're doing?
Okay. In so many words or less, I got an Essential phone, and I wanted to take that same phone. I gave it to Will. He's going to test it out. I'll give his opinion. We just kind of went over it tonight. So catch the replay, everybody.
Yeah.
And he's going to try it out, test it, give a video review of the phone, and then he's going to ship it off to George, Mobile Geezer here. And he's going to do his thing. He's going to do a review, and we're going to always
comparisons.
I'm going to do some camera comparisons. Right. You can count on that.
And then they're going. George is going to ship it to me, and I'm going to do a video and my review of the phone, and then we always will be talking about it. every Friday. I would assume every Friday we'll do a little.
And Essentials already told us on Twitter they're keeping an eye on us.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good. I want them to, because the camera, though, between especially the camera, and it's interesting too. The comments in there about people who are having trouble with T-Mobile. I wish you. Will you go anywhere soon? Will you go anywhere out of town?
No, Leo says he loves us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for then send it to me. Andrew says send it.
He did.
Send it to him. I thought you got that phone.
I think he does. I think he's playing. I think he does got it.
That's right. He does.
Okay. I was going to say I thought he really liked his. Yeah, I remember him saying he liked it. So everybody's comments about it are there's to me, and tell me guys, there's nothing in the middle. It's either there's hate and there's love.
Well, I have to say the first 3 pictures that Will showed us, the 2 artificial light, they were kind of hazy to me or cloudy. But the 3rd picture he took outside, I thought that picture was beautiful. So that impressed me.
So, and Adam's out of the loop. Sorry, Adam, we don't have no phone for you. I ain't going to mess you up, okay?
Yeah, I know. I was all sad. I was hoping that bag still had some stuff in it.
Well, you never know. I could come up with something, Adam, if you want me to.
It's okay. All I want you to do is use that thing I gave you.
Mike.
Oh yeah, I got the smooth. That's right. I forgot all about that. Adam gave me. Here, let me go get
Lent.
it. Lent.
I was like, hold on. You know what I saw when I was at the water park? Somebody had one of those that was waterproof. It was like attached to a probably was a GoPro, a gimbal. He had a gimbal that was waterproof attached to like a GoPro. He was in the water. I was like, that's crazy.
I've got my gimbal right here, and I never use it. It's a good one too.
Yeah, that was
so yeah. Adam gave me or lent me his smooth gimbal here, and I'm gonna definitely put it to its. I already have
as soon as he figures how to turn it on.
Yeah. Well, I want to put a phone in it. You got one?
No, look at that.
Yeah, which one's that?
Smooth C. This one I've had about a year and a half.
What is that one? The DJI or whatever?
No. This is the Smooth C.
So which one do you got, Adam? The same thing?
No, mine is a Smooth.
Oh, okay.
SMOVE.
Here,
Smooth Mobile.
And it is good. The thing is, I don't use it as often as I should. But because I'm always comparing 2 phones, you can only put 1 phone in there at a time.
Yeah, it's true. So you have some other setup that holds 2 phones?
Yes. Where is it? It's right here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he kills it with the camera comparison.
Yeah, you need that.
Now wait, George, I got a question. When you do the camera comparisons, how do you snap the photo on both phones? With that thing?
Yes.
Oh wow.
It's facing out, like both cameras are facing out, and when I do a photo, I hit both of them at exactly the same time with my thumb. And for the video, I just
there's like a button on
exactly the same time, and I stop in the same time. Still doesn't mean when you get home and start editing, the voices are exactly synced, but I get it close. I've learned.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use this phone. I'm gonna be. I got a video I'm working on, and it's later. I'm going to use it because Adam said the Android app for that Smooth was really
yeah, it's crap. And I didn't see anything about that at all. Just like you were complaining about the battery on the G7. No one bothered to mention the Android thing is crap unless you specifically searched on Android. I'm looking Smooth reviews, this, that, and the other thing, and nothing. But then Android app for Smooth is bad, and return after return after return.
See, mine doesn't even have an app.
So, well, the app is cool. If you get it running up with the app, that'll be great because then you can use the telephoto, turn it on and off.
Yeah, cool.
Smooth. There it is.
Now, Mike, didn't you tell me you were doing something, Mike? You didn't. I can't remember now. I'm confused. All running together. You were like you had something coming. And you weren't going to tell me what it was. And you were doing a video for it.
I'm doing it right. I'm gonna when I'm done tonight. I'm gonna be working on it again.
Oh,
I got it. All I got to say is I got another epic opening for a video. That's all I got to say.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nothing's gonna beat that other one.
You guys did the other day, I thought was awesome.
Who's that?
Yeah, when they were looking for me in the woods.
Will?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, when we did the intro. Yeah.
Yeah. Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah. And did you get a strike yet, Mike?
No.
I don't think you will because those cuts were really quick.
No, they were too quick.
Yeah.
I had even looked on some videos, and if you got like less than 8 seconds or something, you're good to go.
Is that what it is? I
thought I heard.
We had more than 8 seconds, but it was like over 50 clips. So
but your clips were like short, real short.
Yeah. So I think we're good. All right.
And that the 8 seconds was per clip.
All right, cool.
So I'm getting this ready. I'm going to shoot I completely forgot about it. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's why you have a younger brother.
Yeah, younger.
Yeah.
Mine like a steel trap.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's going to be pretty cool to try this out. So
Mike looks tall. Almost touching the ceiling. Oh no! Oh, you Android Leo in the room is talking about it.
Oh, yeah,
he's in the attic, so the ceiling is like angled.
Yeah. This is I'm upstairs that I converted part of my attic into a room.
He's actually sitting down where he is now. If he stands up where he is, he's head through the roof.
He almost showed us the entire thing as he built it video by video, so it was pretty cool.
I described this like from Men in Black. I think the second Men in Black where they go into the room with the worms and they gotta go like this,
Yeah.
It's kind of like that,
Nice.
So, but yeah, it definitely the studio attic serves its purpose quite nicely. So
now Leo's got me curious. How tall is everybody?
I'm 5'10", 5'11", depends on what the weather's like.
What?
Yeah, I expand and contract, right, Adam?
Yeah, okay. I'm 5'10".
Okay, and Will?
I don't even know. I think I might be like 5'5".
No, I
Really?
think you're taller than me.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, you tower over me.
Oh wow.
In the videos, Mike, you can see that. I wouldn't say tower, but in the videos I've seen of you two together, you can see you're taller than him. So
Mike's tall.
So I'm
how tall is George?
I'm 6'2". I
Whoa.
used to be 6'4", but now I'm 6'2".
So
that happens if you live long enough.
But I found out at about 50, 55, everybody shrinks, but the way to slow it down is lift weights. That even worked for people in their 90s in studies.
In the 90s? Wow.
George just dropped some knowledge on us.
He sure did. I'm going to sleep like a bat hanging from my ankles to try and stretch me back out.
Hey, we used to have an inversion table, but we finally got rid of it because my wife has so many sinuses, she couldn't use it much anyway. As soon as she'd go upside down, that was it. Yeah.
I see George from afar, pretty tall. Jay Will is tall too, according to.
Jay Will and I are somewhere right around the same height. Yeah.
Jay Will looks like he's a big guy.
And I will see him tomorrow.
Oh no way! Really?
Yeah, he's stopping by on his travels during his vacation. Him and his family. Cool. They did that last year too, but I think they're going to spend a little more time with us this year. But we'll go out for a meal, and this time I'm going to make him come over and at least see the house.
Yeah, you guys should do a video together.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, if I can. I thought about it too.
Bring out your smooth. Bring out your smooth.
Nice.
That's a lot of work. I haven't touched that thing in a year.
A lot of work.
Come on, you're retired. You've got time.
Once I get it working, it's fine. But I have to remember how the buttons work. I had to make the phone turn the way I want it to turn.
Yeah, I can't really fault you on that, George, because I didn't end up liking a thing. I still don't have the hand-eye coordination for doing this.
I used it for like 2 seconds and I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We ended. Did you order one of them yet?
Not yet.
All right.
Now you know who
I'm getting there.
yours to.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
He's selling his to Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, that's should be your first piece of tech for your channel, Will. Your first this year, one of these.
Yeah.
Shame this thing wasn't waterproof. You go down that slide again, you know.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, you got to see the one with me and my daughter. My daughter went on every slide I went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loved it.
It looked like you had a good time.
Oh yeah, she loved it. They they don't want to come home once they get there.
Kids are like that.
Yeah. I want to live here. I was like, yeah. Really?
Yeah. Have they been to Disney World yet?
Yeah, last year. That's what I drove 19 hours.
They want to live there, you know that.
Oh yeah, anywhere they go, it costs me a lot of money. The place we just went to was like $5-something a night. Okay. Like I couldn't live here for 3 days. I'd be in the poorhouse.
Yeah, right. And you'll
be working 48 hours a day.
Yeah, right. I'd never come home. I'd live at work. You lived here. Now I don't feel like going back to work.
Now when do you go back?
Tomorrow. Okay. Not looking forward to it at all.
And that's the big advantage I have. I always look forward to going to work.
Not me. I like my job, but I don't like going to work.
You're going to work tomorrow night, you said?
Yeah, tomorrow night at 11, Saturday night at 10. Yeah. And then Monday through Friday, and then probably Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably be off in September. Oh man.
Be putting that central phone to its test.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be with me at work. Yeah, I'll even switch the SIM out. I gotta get my use out of the OnePlus, and then I'll switch the SIM out. Mike, you need a OnePlus. That's got to be your next goal, Mike.
Or be like me and wait for the 6T.
Wait for the 6T and get a OnePlus, Mike.
All right.
Now Adam is so transparent. I can watch the little box of a picture. I can see him on the screen. I can see when he's surfing the web just as plain as day.
What? No. But I just found that I can hold on.
He's playing Fortnite.
No. I'm for the show. I'm investigating IFT. T.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
You got that, Adam? That's George loves that.
Execute order 66.
George loves that.
Oh, is that your hot word, Adam?
No.
The remaining Jedi will be hunted down and defeated.
Exactly. I knew what that meant.
but no, it just said it. But it wasn't supposed to say it. It was supposed to
do something.
Supposed to kill a Jedi for you.
I don't know. I don't like those Jedi, man. And they got problems. You're not supposed to love people. That ain't no good. Anyway, all right, we're riding all the way off the rails. Sorry. All right. Zoned in now, George.
I think we're about done. So this has been a fascinating show. We have covered a lot of topics, some tech, some not so tech. We beat up on the EU. So we had a good time here tonight.
Beat up on the EU. I like that.
George got some super chats.
Yeah.
If the EU wants me, like, hey, I'm here. I'll give you my address.
Nice.
Oh yeah, George, you gotta send me your address. One of these, whenever on Hangouts, and I'll let you know before I ship it. But it'll probably maybe Monday.
I'm thinking you should hold that soon.
Yeah,
he already knows.
I don't hate it, Adam. I don't hate it.
All right,
but
Mike, mine's gonna have to be like a couple of weeks.
The software is good. The camera's where it's hurting me, and Mike knows camera's my thing, and the speaker's lousy.
Well, see, what I'm fascinated about now, I want to take this thing out in the park where I always go in the daylight against the S9 and against a couple of other phones, and I'm thinking daylight-wise, this thing may compete. But
George is gonna do better with the on the camera than me because George does some comparisons. He's gonna have the this and
Nokia 6,
you know, George, you know what? George, you're gonna prove our point though, because you said you would never buy it for $250.
That's true.
But when you compare it with the other phones, when the pictures are similar, you're gonna be like, well,
I have
because the software is good. Yeah. They're updating it like crazy. The build is watch.
I suspect the Nokia and the Moto G6 Plus are going to beat it, but we'll see.
We'll see. Well, yeah. See, you're the camera comparison guy.
But yeah, I'll do better with the cameras than his because I'm so old. It takes me that long to push. You know?
Oh man.
Well, all right, folks. That's the great part. I know we're going to get the top notch. We're going to get the best out of Will on his point. And when it gets to you, especially when it comes to the cameras, George, you're really gonna nail it.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. So no pressure.
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay. You know what it is?
What is it?
What is it? That's the Star Trek 2009 original theme.
There we go. We got a strike.
From the movie, I guess. Nice. I don't know. I just went on YouTube, typed in Star Trek.
Okay. Yeah, that threw me off too, Adam. I thought you and I knew our Star Trek.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. Maybe y'all didn't watch that movie.
That's the Kelvin timeline. I'm not too well versed in the Kelvin timeline.
Okay.
The what?
Well, see, it's a timeline that was created when Spock went back in time using red matter to create a time vortex because Romulus got destroyed.
I have no idea. Mike knows what that's about. I don't know nothing about Star Trek.
Yo, we gotta grab Will and sit him down for some Star Trek one time.
That was entertaining stuff.
And then we'll do a stream about what his experience was with that.
I'll be a deer in the headlights the whole time.
He'll be slowly backing away the whole time.
He's going to end up wanting his own holodeck.
Oh, everyone wants a damn holodeck. Let me tell you, that would break down society if those things were real.
What is that? The Beam Me Up, Scotty? What is that?
No, the holodeck
room you walk in and you create your own reality through the computer, and it makes all the people you want, the buildings you want, the story you want, everything.
Wow, man.
Yeah, it's like fully immersive VR.
Exactly, but you're living it and walking around in it.
Mm-hmm.
And when the computer makes a mistake, they can really kill you.
No, that's only if the safeties are turned off.
Exactly.
And only the captain can do that.
That's true.
I'm nerding out. This is great.
We've watched too much Star Trek over the years, obviously.
Yeah.
Mike, did you use that case with the wallpapers? You got to turn on the
No, I haven't had a chance to since you gave.
Yeah, you just got to turn them on just to steal the wallpapers. Just get the app and steal the free wallpapers.
Leo said the speakers were loud too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't sound too bad to me.
Yeah, me neither. All right, we wrapping up?
Y'all.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Let's get out of here.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This is Mobile Geezer. Of course, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and Instagram TV. Mike?
Instagram
I'm Mike Dixon. This is Simply Your Device. If you like today's video, give George a thumbs up. If you don't like today's video, don't give him a thumbs down. Tell us why in the comments down below. Super Chat is always wide open on George's channel. And I'll catch you all on the next video.
And Will?
I'm Will, and you're going to catch Mike on Wednesday, not the next video. He's going to be on Wednesday with Adam. Adam's going to be making magic. And I got a channel called Will, and I think I got 7 or 8 videos up there. So y'all can go check them out and watch me at the water park today.
Mike might drop a video this weekend. I am on the YouTubes as Corpulent Geek. And if you like the Star Trek talk there at the end, you can feel free to come out there, check that out. I'm getting back on my Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning show where I'm going to cover geeky news in between the 6 and 7 a.m.
Tell them what time, because I'm always the first one in there.
Yeah, you're always in there, George. Thank you for the support. And if you like the stuff and you super chat George, also feel free to go to corpulentgeek.com/support and you can throw me a couple bones.
There you go. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. As always, next week it'll be on Mike's channel, Simply Your Device, next Friday, 8 p.m. And don't forget, he and Adam are on Wednesdays at 8:30. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.